because, let's face it, it's never going to happen to us. It's just not going to until it does.
Yes. And that's a great comment, because I've heard a lot of people say, man, it's never going to happen to you. But the people that it happened to are the same people that said it's never going to happen to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you never have an intention of falling from a tree stand.
And you know, I'll mention this too. The word falling is never used in the description of somebody who fell. They will never say, you know what, I was falling. It's always, I fell.
Mm-hmm.
It's past tense.
Mm-hmm.
That's how quick it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're there, your thoughts are here, you're looking at this, I'm getting ready to hang something up.
Bam, ground.
I just fell.
And the safety harness is not designed to keep you because the fall is not going to hurt you. The safety line is to protect you when you hit the ground.
That's it.
I mean,
that's
people talk about falling. It's the ground that hurts.
it's the ground.
That sudden stop.
Maybe a few branches on the way down.
Yeah.
But I had a cousin that fell, broke his leg, and it's kind of the same thing. But a lot of his injuries came from tree branches on the way down.
Sure.
I mean, there's people don't think of that either. So, yeah. And then I noticed here another product here that's and my boys now. I got boys now. I got a 9-year-old that absolutely loves to hunt. I got a 6-year-old that loves to hunt. They both last year amazing hunt. They both harvest bucks on the same night, about an hour apart with crossbow.
Oh, awesome.
And that was amazing. But I noticed that you've designed this the little tree stalker now too. That gives me as a parent confidence to be able to allow my son to be in the stand with me.
Exactly.
Because the truth is, hunting the ground is hunting. It's fun. But there's something about being 20 foot up in a tree and giving them the opportunity, because I would never allow my son to go up a tree without a harness. I mean, why would I, right? As a parent, you're not going to put your children in danger. But y'all being able to design that, really, I mean, I love that. I love it. And my son actually has one. So,
Well,
You know,
no, go ahead. No.
I was just going to say, when years ago, kids weren't thought of much in the world of safety harnesses or trying to keep them safe. It's just they're a small segment of going out. But in those early days, we came out with a child unit. Now, that has to be tested like everything else. It was very difficult to get that certified because it wouldn't even fit on the dummy to be used for the test. So we had to just crawl through hoops trying to get this thing tested and certified. But it's so important. You know, we'll make decisions for ourselves that might be totally different than the decisions we're going to make for our kids.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're not putting that child up in that tree. And if you ever did, you're going to hear about it from mama. You know, and God bless her for being that way. But we're going to keep those kids safe. Even like the lifelines. You know, we do the tandem lifeline, and that's meant for father-son, husband-wife, hunter and cameraman, or two people climbing the same tree to where both of those people can be connected 100% of the time, from the time they leave the ground to the time they get back. But you have to start thinking in the safety world, what are the scenarios that happen that I'm leaving undone? You know, so it's my job to think about, how do we fill that hole? Because here's another hole. Let's find a way to do that. So that's it's what we do, and thank God that He leads us into finding a way to do it.
That's what. That's actually I killed my first deer in a double tree stand, ladder stand, with my dad, and it was actually I killed a 1-point spike.
Perfect. Unicorn.
And it was I killed a unicorn. And not a broken spike. It was actually, it had a button on one side and a full spike on the other. It was the coolest thing. And I can remember I got that tree stand for Christmas one year. That my dad, you know, me and my dad had been hunting on the ground a ton, and
So your dad wanted a tree stand.
probably. But I can remember getting that, and you know, and that was big for my dad to, you know, I can remember the first time I hunted that stand, you know, him talking to me about, hey, we're going to do this safe, you know, and it was a very safe process of going up, and as a, you know, a young kid, you're sitting there, your first time climbing up a tree stand, you know, knees get a little wobbly, you know, you're a little nervous once you start getting up and look
Sure.
down.
Sure.
And so to have a product that, like, because you're 100% right. What I do that may be unsafe, I will never put my sons. I've got 2 sons. In that situation. So if my boy's hunting a tree stand, they're going to have a harness on, and it's going to be done the safe way. And it's because, I mean, I value their life more than I value my own.
You know, and I think that we're just meant to be that way.
Yeah.
You know, even as men and all the failures we have as men, when it comes to our kids, there's no exception. That's the way it's going to be done. I've always used the reference of, if my child cuts their finger, I bleed.
Yeah,
that's
And
good.
it's just the way we are.
Yes.
And I'm going to do everything I can to keep his finger safe, because I don't want to bleed to death over here.
Yeah.
And hearing your heart behind all of this, it says here in my notes that you guys were received the Tree Stand Hall of Fame Award. Is that correct? What was that like to receive that honor?
You know, that was really, really quite an honor. I've been on the board of TMA, Tree Stand Manufacturers Association, for many years, and they have a Hall of Fame board. And they do it as a surprise. You don't know you're going to be inducted into this. And we have an annual conference where the whole tree stand industry gets together once a year, all the manufacturers and the families and the whole portion of it. And it expands really beyond that a little bit. And we have a great time. It's just a wonderful time.